Hello and welcome to the rigging course. And I believe you've been having lots of fun creating your characters and trying to texture your characters. And some of you, I believe you're still working on your characters. Please do work on them, get them as close to done or to finish as possible. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything right now. So it takes practice to get to a professional stylized character. So if you've already done that in this course, congratulations. I'm really impressed. I would love to see the work you've done on Discord. So post them, share them on social media, and and we will share the best ones we have and tag you at the end of the day. So in this lesson, I'll be introducing you to pretty much all the rigging techniques you ever need to work with in Blender, from RIGIFY to auto rig to blend rig. So starting from RIGIFY, which is an already built-in rigging system in Blender. Auto rig is a paid-for add-on, that rigging system that you'd have to pay for, and and begin to use them, which I will introduce to you, and I would actually show you how you can get them for free because you've paid for this course. So details are on the Discord channel. All right, so I'll also introduce you to blend rig, which is pretty much the advanced level of rigging. It takes more time, it takes more detailing, and it takes more attention and focus to get that rig done, which I'll be showing you the techniques to get it done faster and better. So without wasting much of your time, let's jump into Blender. So I believe you already know how to delete tools from Blender. So I'll select everything in Blender here and delete them. So in this lesson, I'm going to introduce you to RIGIFY, and I'll introduce you to all the rigging so you know how it works and what it looks like. Then the next lesson we'll start rigging our character. Is that okay? Yes, it is. All right, so let's go Shift A and add. So that RIGIFY is built up of different rigging system from a single bone. So let's say you want to rig a cup, for example. So you can add a single bone to the armature and convert it to a rig and use it as a rig instead of an object itself. So you can also add the metal rig, which is what we're going to add now. So let me go over the beginning. So there's the basic metal rig that comes without the face. It's a basic metal rig that comes without the face. It comes without fingers. It comes without the toes. Right, so this is what it looks like. Let's move that to the left. Let's add the next one. This is also the basic quadruped rig. So this rig can be used to rig animals, like characters with 4 legs. So just take, for example, your dog, your bear, tiger. So this rig can be used. The techniques I'll be showing you here in this course can be used in any character, whether it's a dog, whether it's a lion, you name it. All right, so that's for animal. So the next one we're going to add is the quadruped. So there's another one for animal which was added recently in, I think, last year. So there's a rig for birds where you can use in rigging your bird. There's also a rig for, so RIGIFY is amazing. They've developed over the years and it's really amazing. So there's a rig for cats. So this also has a face rig, so you can actually rig the face and have controls for the face. Let's say you want your cats to start talking, so you have the rig for the face. There's one for horses. All right, so let's move that too. So what I'm doing right now is actually introducing you to the rigs you'll be using. So there's shack, which is really cool, amazing. Oops. So let's move that. What am I doing? All right. Okay, great. Trying to silence. All right, great. So there's also a rig for wolf. Yeah, this comes with the face. And finally we'll add the human rig that has a face rig. So the previous one may have a face rig. So let's say you're creating like a game character that will not be talking, so there's no point adding a face rig to it. So you just add the single metal rig to it. So there's one for horses, there's one for sharks, there's one for birds, right? Really cute in it. So there's one for a dog, or however you want to use them. There's also one for wolf. This can also go for dogs, cats, you know, big cats, lion. So because it has faces, and you want your face, the animal to talk, or you want to add, you know, more features to it. Okay, so this is what an entirety of the blender built-in blender rig looks like, and we'll be going over in the next lesson how you can use this rig to rig your character. So don't forget, the same techniques we use here will be the exact same one we'll be using. You can be used in any other rig you plan to use. So you just follow along and we'll be fine. So the next rigging system I'll introduce you to is auto rig. All right, so auto rig is it's paid for, so it's like $40. All right, so the way this rig works is it's pretty much like the RIGIFY, which we'll be looking at. You'll see the difference from the three of them when we use them. So this one, the way it works is you just place points at different locations of the character, and it will auto detect, just like maybe it's using AI. It will detect those points and generate a rig for you, just like we have here. It will generate the rig for you, as against just adding the rig itself. All right, so when that is done, the simplest form of this rig is that once it generates, all you have to do is click a button and it binds to the character. You know, this rig can be used in Unity, gaming, and Unreal Engine, right? So it also comes with the simplest biped. Also can be used for, you know, animals, just like I mentioned in the last rigging system. You can use any of this rig for anything at all, right? So you can actually rig, you know, your dinosaurs, your animals. So this rig also comes with that. It can give you, you know, facial rig to work with if you want to add a raw. So it gives you that. So there's also one for complex rig. So this rig also helps you, you know, rig complex characters like spiders that has 8 legs, you know, ants and all, and however you want to, you know, play with. There are no rules to it. You just, you know, play with it and let your mind explore. So it comes with a picker where you have to pick the rigs and, you know, animate them manually. So the next is it comes with facial rigs, a full facial rig. And sweet thing about this one, you can easily, you know, add motion capture data to it, which I'll be showing you by the end of this course. But it's important you learn the more basics of animation, how to animate your character from scratch, right? So that's the essence of this course, to teach you how to animate from scratch, not give you an automated access where you can also just pick an action online and add it to your character, which I know it makes the work faster. But if you really want to get a job as a professional, maybe work in Disney or any of the studios, or maybe you want to animate a custom character, you'd have to learn to animate from scratch, which is what this course is all about. I'll be teaching you the from basic to pro body mechanics you'll be using, you know, to achieve, you know, this kind of animations from scratch before you would even think of using this one, a motion capture data. All right, so that's it for, you can go online, check it, blendermarket.com, products, then you can just search for Auto Rig Pro and you'll see the documentation here. It shows you how to do it, so it gives you, you know, a lot of, you know, functionalities that you can use, right? And it's amazing. It's really amazing. You can see how the fingers, you know, are animated or rigged at the end of the day. So how you can come here and read how you can customize your own rig. So the rigging is the most important part in the animation workflow, in the animation pipeline, because without the rig the character will not move. So this is more like adding bones to your character. You can see here, so this green stuff you see here, there are bones added to it. So this is called sketchy bones, which I would go through it when you want to achieve a stylized character. Again, I always make reference to Hotel Transylvania. You can see when you have like flexible flexible bones where the character is actually being flexible, and it can be drawn just like which movie is that again? There is Incredible. So there is one that is an elastic which has superpower is elasticity. So that's, you can achieve that was achieved using bones, sketchy bones. So it's amazing. So you can just come and read it for yourself. You can see it has corrective shape, shape keys. All right, so it has good constraints. We'll go over that when we start animating, right? Adding constraints, so making your character work with objects, interact with objects. They are called constraints. So it's amazing. So we are going to go through this technique using auto rig. I'll show you how you can get, like I said, I already posted how you can get yours downloaded for free using the Discord channel, so you can check it there, because this is paid for unless you want to come by here, but I already have it for free for you, so you can go check it out. All right, great. So the next one I would introduce you to is, let's check BlendRig. So this is also free, right? It was designed by one of the Blender developers, so this is also free, and it's amazing. And this rig is being used by all the professionals that use Blender, right? And there's so much you can do with this rig. I love this rig. I personally love this particular rig, and it's what I'll be using to train you, right? Which you can use the same technique for other rigs if it's difficult for you to rig. But pretty much I would use all the rig to achieve the same results at the end of the day, so that you would have a clear-cut knowledge on how these rigs work. So let me show you an example of this rig in action. This is what it looks like. So this is a BlendRig skeleton. So it gives you that full control over your character from head to toe. So it gives you that, the liberty to rig your character from scratch and give you that professional and Disney standard feel, or Pixar standard feel, which you can achieve with other rigs if you're good enough if you're good enough with your animation skills, so you can still achieve the same thing. But when it comes to BlendRig, it's state of the art. Though the not so downside about this rig is that it takes time to create. It takes a lot of detail. So there are a lot of details you're going to add to this rig. Like you can see here, it has lots of controls that you have to take your time to to study, which I'll show you the easiest techniques to get it done. And the good thing about the recent release, at the time this was, the old version, that version 5, didn't have guide. So it's to show you how complex this rig is. They had to create an assistant UI where you have to use the assistant rigging system to help you rig your character effortlessly. So there's an assistant guide, it's an assistant guide for you to use in creating or rigging your character, which is what I'm going to show you in this course. So I'm going to show you all three of them. So it's really an amazing rig. You can go check it out. It's in the Blender market, so you can check BlendRig, or you can just, all the details are available on the Discord. So follow the link, download your own BlendRig. I would show you how to install each and every one of them when we want to start the lesson. So you can come here and check out the full documentation. It goes for gaming, goes with Unreal Engine 5, those who want to go venture into gaming. There's Unity. It's just amazing what you can do with this rig. So again, remember, without the rig, the character is just dead. So you need the rig for the character to walk, to talk, to jump, to do all the basic body mechanics you want your characters to do. So you need a rig. So that's why you need a rig like this. So in the next lesson, I'm going to take you through how you can rig your character, starting with BlendRig. Then from BlendRig, once we've generated it, it's going to be a long one, right? And I believe you already knew what you were getting into. So let's get right to it, because we'll also create I'll also show you end to end how to create your rig, generate add your bones, generate your rig, and also most importantly create action libraries, right? So they are all embedded in this course. Maybe we'll do some facial expression for each of the rig, or maybe for the last rig, so that you can actually apply them to the other rigs you have. So it's going to be fun, so prepare yourself and let's jump right into the next lesson. See you then.